Hi sewing friends, this is Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. In this little short video I want to show you 3 of the tops I made last week. It's a free pattern from Colette Patterns and it's called Sorbetto top. So I talked to you about this in my April plans, and because I pulled these off really quick, I'm just gonna get out of the way and show them to you. I've already posted these on my Instagram, and for 2 of the versions that are offered in this pattern, I heavily hacked them, like major hacks. I'll show you the simplest version first, which is view C, which is the one that has the sleeves. So I chose a viscose fabric, actually thrifted from a blouse that I found that was quite large. So I'll insert a picture around here so you can see what it used to look and how I cut it up. So then I managed to get all the pattern pieces from the blouse because it was quite a large size and I didn't have an issue with that. Here is the top. For this one I cut off a size 14, but from here up and on the sleeve I cut a size 12. And I know I needed that adjustment from making one of these tops last month that I made as a wearable toile. So I found that adjustment quickly fixed all these like droopy shoulders and bunching that I had up here. It didn't really fit well, the first version I made. So this one fits perfectly. The sleeve is just perfect. Now there's a little pleat here at the front that comes in the pattern. What I did here when I ironed it, I don't know what stage I stretched this out so bad. The neck was like, I tried it on, it was just gaping, and I thought, oh, I ruined it. And I know viscose can be very flimsy like that, so I know now not to manipulate it that much, or maybe just to make the neckline one of the first processes I do on the blouse. At the back I have these little buttons. So this came in the original top as the front piece, but I cut out the back piece from the front piece of the original blouse, but I kept that there as a little detail. Now because I stretched out this neckline so bad, I thought what I could do, and I thought and brainstormed. So what I did was do a gathering stitch all the way around the neckline, and I gathered it carefully, very carefully, till I managed to get the same shape that I had before. And to hide a little bit of that gather, which you can't really tell now, I decided to put a collar on it. So I went to all that extra trouble of drafting this Chelsea collar just because I stretched out the stupid neckline. So I mean, it turned out great. I always love an extra collar on a top just to spice it up a little bit, but I didn't really need this extra step. So there you can see it, the back as well, and I put a little hook and eye here so I can open it, which is just, it's not required because I can put this on over my head without actually needing that. But yeah, so that's my first top. I have a little video here so you can see some more pictures of it. So the next one I made was the view 1, which is just the sleeveless top. It's quite basic sleeveless top with that big pleat there. So for this version I eliminated that pleat. I found a picture on Pinterest that gave me some inspiration for an asymmetrical neckline. I'll show you that picture. So I thought I could do this with this one, and because the fabric was stripy, I could cut one panel with the stripes vertical and the other panel with the stripes horizontal. So that's what I did, and it came out like that. See, it's totally asymmetrical, and you have the stripes there going down and the stripes. I always prefer vertical stripes because it doesn't make you look wider than you are. So the back is totally cut vertical. The good thing about this fabric is that it doesn't matter which way you cut it, because it's the same thing. It's sheer. It's like you can see me through there. It's very sheer. So I had to line it with this white lining fabric. The whole thing. I lined the whole thing, and I did that all in one facing sort of lining everywhere, so you can see there my little understitch. You can actually see the snips I did there because the fabric is so sheer. And I also added on a collar. Now drafting this collar was a nightmare. I did it on paper, I did it on a cheap piece of fabric, then I did it on this blue. Yeah, it was quite a piece of work, but I really wanted it there to give it something extra, because I'd never made anything like this. So it's always good to challenge yourself and try different things. This is massively hacked, but I mean the whole body of the blouse is the sorbetto top, the whole thing. You know, the little dart is there, like everything's. The other change I always make is put darts at the back. Just simple darts. I just cannot have that boxy look. It just does not suit me. It doesn't suit curves. It just makes you look, I don't know, it just. So any type of dress or blouse that doesn't have the darts, I'll always put them in, because I just feel like I've got more shape at the back, and just, yeah. So I'll show you a little video of that one as well, a little clip. Okay, and the third one is the tunic length. So the version they offered was just the same top with the pleat at the front and just a longer length with slits at the back, with a higher hem at the front and a slightly lower at the back, with facings for the hems as well. So I might try that version in another fabric, but I wanted to hack it as well, just because I'm the hacking queen. So I drafted another hack for the front part, and because of the fabric I had, and it was quite drapey, thickish but drapey, I wanted that crisscross effect where you overlap. So I did that, and I used my gorgeous shoe fabric, very funky. So I did that crisscross thing. Where is it? Here it is. See that opens up and it's crossed over. When I actually tried this on, I realized if I could, like, if wind came at me, this thing would blow open and you could just see my bra underneath. So I thought, oh, that's not good. So I put 4 little buttons there just to close off the front and keep that from happening. I don't know, you can see one. There's 4 buttons there. I chose like beige colored buttons so it would camouflage within the print. So there's no buttonholes, nothing. I just put the buttons and sewed them through just to keep that closed and not have it open all over the place. So at the back it's quite long. It's also lined with a brown, I don't know what it is, but it's very nice, and understitched right there. I'm getting really good at this understitching, isn't it nice? I've been improving my techniques. So I'll also show you a little clip there. So making these is was really fun. I did them in a way that some people call batching, which you make a batch of the same thing. So basically I went on a cutting spree for like 2 days where I designed the hacks I wanted to make, redrew the front pattern pieces. I did all that in a row, basically, bang, 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 the 3 fabrics. I put them all in their little bag, and then I sewed them the same way, like one after each other. It's really fast, it's more effective. Things you have to repeat with the patterns you already know by heart, so you don't need to look at instructions. Well, I never look at instructions. But if you're like more beginner and you are looking at instructions, it might be a good way to learn a pattern. Like if you really like it, make it once or twice at the same time. Just saying. That's what I do. Anyway, have lots of fun sewing. I'm sewing every day. I hope you are too. See you in the next clip. Bye.